Very shocking news. Loudly crying face the painful secret of Jong-kook. Loudly crying face the heartbreaking truth behind his smile. In a world of bright lights and deafening screams, there is a name that resonates like a heartbeat across every continent. Jong-kook. To the world, Jong-kook is the Golden Maknae, a symbol of perfection and global dominance. But behind the shimmering stage outfits and the record-breaking melodies lies a story written in tears, exhaustion, and a level of loneliness that most could never endure. This is not just a story of a pop star. This is the story of a boy who grew up too fast, a young soul who sacrificed his childhood to become the light for millions, and the silent battles Jong-kook fought in the shadows of his own success. The journey did not begin with a silver spoon. It began in the quiet streets of Busan. Jong-kook was a child who carried dreams far larger than his small frame. Life was not always kind. While other children were playing and dreaming of simple things, Jong-kook was already feeling the weight of the world. There were moments of financial uncertainty and the raw, stinging pain of being a young boy who felt he had to provide, to be more, to do more. Jong-kook once traveled to Los Angeles alone at a tender age, a child in a foreign land, unable to speak the language, driven only by the fear of not being good enough. Imagine the silence of those nights, a young Jong-kook crying himself to sleep because the pressure was suffocating. Before the world knew his name, Jong-kook faced the cold wall of rejection. He stood before judges at auditions, pouring his heart out, only to be told he lacked emotion. Can you imagine the heartbreak of a young boy being told his passion was hollow? 7 different agencies saw potential, but the path was paved with doubt. When Jong-kook finally chose Big Hit, he wasn't entering a palace. He was entering a basement. The trainee days were a relentless cycle of physical pain and mental erosion. Jong-kook would practice until his bones ached, dancing until the sun rose, often skipped meals or survived on the bare minimum. There were moments when the walls of the practice room felt like they were closing in. According to various media sources, there were times when Jong-kook was so overwhelmed by homesickness and the sheer brutality of the training that he nearly walked away from it all. He was a boy who missed his mother, a boy who missed the normalcy of school, but he chose to stay because he couldn't bear the thought of failing the people who believed in him. There is a specific kind of pain in being perfect. Because Jong-kook was good at everything, the world demanded he never fail. Every mistake was magnified. Every tear was scrutinized. During the early years, Jong-kook often felt he was disappearing behind the persona of a performer. He once looked at his members and cried, not for his own pain, but because he couldn't bear to see his brothers hurting. This selflessness is the core of Jong-kook. He carried the burdens of 6 others on his young shoulders while his own heart was breaking. Fans often recall the moments where Jong-kook would collapse backstage, gasping for air, hidden from the cameras, only to walk back out a second later with a smile that masked his agony. This wasn't just hard work. This was a war against his own limits. As the fame grew, so did the shadows. While verified reports on personal health are private, it is widely understood through Jong-kook's own lyrics and interviews that the pressure of global stardom brought immense psychological weight. He has spoken about feeling like a small person, despite being in a big world. The isolation of fame is a heavy crown. There were seasons where Jong-kook withdrew, seeking solace in his music because the outside world felt too judgmental. He has faced relentless scrutiny over his personal choices, his tattoos, and his growth as a man. Yet, through every controversy and every harsh word from critics, Jong-kook remained silent, letting his art speak for him. He chose kindness when the world gave him coldness. Why do millions of people cry when Jong-kook sings? It isn't just because of his voice. It is because they see their own struggles reflected in his eyes. People love Jong-kook because he is human. He is the boy who bowed 90 degrees to everyone he met, even after becoming the biggest star on the planet. He is the artist who spends hours on live streams just to talk to fans because, in those moments, he feels less alone. His success is staggering. While exact figures fluctuate, media reports suggest Jungkook's net worth is in the tens of millions, and his solo debut, 7, shattered records on Spotify and Billboard that had stood for decades. He has won MTV Video Music Awards, Billboard Music Awards, and has been a driving force behind BTS's multiple Grammy nominations. But if you asked Jungkook, he would likely say the awards are just pieces of metal. To Jungkook, the real prize has always been the connection. Jungkook's future is a canvas he is still painting. He dreams of a world where he can be purely himself, an artist who transcends genres and boundaries. His vision is not just about topping charts. It is about longevity and the courage to evolve. He wants to be a giant, not in stature, but in influence, someone who gives hope to the hopeless. He has hinted at a desire to keep exploring the depths of his creativity, whether through film, art, or music that touches the soul. Jungkook is no longer the shy boy from Busan who was afraid to sing. He is a man who has walked through fire and come out holding a torch for everyone else. Look at the journey of Jungkook. Look at the scars he hides and the songs he gives us. He is a reminder that beauty often comes from the most broken places. He didn't become a legend because he was lucky. Jungkook became a legend because he refused to let his pain be the end of his story. He took every rejection, every tear, and every night of loneliness, and he turned them into a symphony. When we look at Jungkook, we don't just see a superstar. We see a mirror of our own potential to survive. We see a soul that stayed gold in a world that tried to turn it into lead. As the music fades and the stage lights dim, remember the boy who gave up his youth so that we could find our joy. Jungkook's legacy isn't written in numbers or gold records. It is written in the hearts of every person who felt a little bit braver because they heard him sing. He is the proof that even when you are at your breaking point, if you just hold on for one more day, you can change the world. Jungkook is more than an idol. Jungkook is a testament to the human spirit's ability to shine through the dark. May we always remember the cost of his smile, and may we always honor the strength of the heart that beats behind the name Jungkook.